I'm sitting here in Venerable Lee's right next to me. This is a room where not a lot of people can bear the silence of boredom. We equate death with boredom. Because death is boring, isn't it? So when we're bored, we can't stand it. We need something to do. Right? There's ADHD or whatever the case may be. And so the Wi-Fi here requires a password, of which we didn't ask yet. Don't need it. Don't want it. How many of you, buying through my test, can sit in here the longest and sit and meditate and enjoy the peaceful silence of this room? How do you know that you have grown spiritually, developed spiritually? Is in places like this, in a room like this, to observe the arising and passing away of phenomenon, the arising and passing away of the breath, to see impermanence, change, and the practice of the non-self. You ask me, this room is filled with nirvana, an opportunity to tap into it, no different than on top of a mountain. Venerable Lee, 21 years old, now get to experience this profound moment of this very boring room. And we got people out there outside the door that don't really know why these two people are in here. These two humans are in here making videos. Because they are asleep. They are still asleep in samsara. I know that. You want awakening? Then you must go through the silence. You have to bear through the silence. The answer lies in the silence. And this is how Venerable Lee knows that I am a good experience, authentic teacher. It's because I've sat many hours, hundreds of hours, to be exactly precise, in rooms like these, and meditated on my own death, the death of other people, to fully enjoy this very boring room everybody else steers away from. A lot of things to be said, but no matter how much I have said it over and over again, you have to experience it for yourself. What is it in the silence that brings so much liberation? What is peace? Peace is free from disturbing emotions. What is renunciation? What is giving up? What is it about Buddhism that is so free? Free from the bonds of the world, free from the conditions of the world, free from the causes and conditions, free from the chains and links of influence. I guess you just have to try it out, right? It's like I put an apple right there in front of you on the screen, and I tell you how good this apple is. The peeling of the apple, the crunchiness of the bite, the sweetness, the seed in the middle, the chopping down all around 360 degrees of the apple until you get to where if you bite it, it'll break in half. You can only imagine in your head, but you have to pick up the apple yourself to try it, right? So when we describe these experiences of peace, joy, liberation, and freedom through the most mundane practices, perceived to be boring practices in Buddhism, how will you know? And only the rare, the few, who is ardent, consistent, and persistent in their practice can tap into this type of realization. My hope for all of you and Venerable Lee, who is now sitting and bearing through this 10-minute video, 5 minutes so far, is no matter how much fun you've had in life, and I have authorized Venerable Lee to conduct social experiment for himself, to see for himself the world of entertainment, the world of causes and conditions, and to always remember to come back to yourself in silence, alone, reflections. Why am I here? Why do I do what I do? What am I working towards? What are my goals? Am I wasting my life, my energy, my money on what? On what and for what? And so Venerable Lee is 21, and most of you who are watching this will be Gen Zoomers. And yeah, I let you guys have fun. It is clear and evident that I do. It is clear and evident by and through my instructions that I let you all drink if you want to drink, smoke if you want to smoke. But the middle way, never forget the middle way. The older you get closer to the middle way. Have your fun, indeed. All senior teachers know you will have your fun up until 34 years of age, and no more than after 35. Should you reel it in quickly, fast, came directly from my teacher. Therefore, I will concur. No objections. Or you can look at my life, where I started to study philosophy, death, meaning, and purpose in life at 14 years old, and started reeling myself in carefully. Did I have fun? Sure. I fell in love 7 times. In and out of trouble. But I always knew when to return back to myself. And it's no wonder, right? And they were like, oh my goodness, you're so wise, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because I had to reel myself in and not let myself get out too far. It's like deep sea fishing, right? You know how many miles you're offshore, bud? When you go out that far, did you check your GPS? High tide, how prepared are you in going out and having fun? You know when to come back into shore? When the storms come? Can you recognize certain storms? Or do you just, throw in all of the reels and baits and hooks, and then storms come, you have no idea what's happening, and high tides and the risk and dangers? You play too long, a little too hard, and a little too much, you wind up exactly on this table where I am holding my phone. See me shaking it? Right there. Deader than a doorknob. But why am I sitting here emphasizing this over and over again, talks after talks? Well, I just look at the animal realm, right? The rebirth in the animal realm. Look at how many animals there are. There's more animals than humans. What does that tell you? We already have science that proves the practice of the non-self, the left hemisphere of the brain, right? You can look it up. And science is now validating everything that the Buddha had said. I've already said that. I said that before all of the recent research came out, right? So we, the Office of the Wise, knows for certain, with certainty. So now bring your attention to the rebirth realms. One of the 6 is the animal realm. You don't heed my advice? Simple. You die. The door will be closed. You take rebirth into what? Most likely an animal realm. You're going to know you're in the animal realm. Like those little squirrel running around this funeral home right now. They know. They know. They can't do anything about it. It's too late. How many lifetimes does it take to come back as a human? Who knows? I can't tell you. I'm not Lord Karma. I don't know. So it's important, right, that we heed the advice of the wise, so that we don't come back, people. That's the purpose, is to liberate yourself once and for all. And that's why I'm still sitting here 10 minutes later, repeating myself. Because my job is to liberate as many humans as I possibly can. I wouldn't have done my job. We're coming to an end in 60 seconds. So, if you have to listen to this again, you do so until you get the point. What is a sin in Christianity? Missing the point. In life, don't miss the point.